What's up, guys? Ever wondered what it feels like to cut through enemies like butter, tank one-shot kills like a warlord, and unleash devastating strikes worthy of a true legend? Today, I'm bringing you the god-tier samurai build for Yasuke in Assassin's Creed Shadows. A build so powerful, it turns your character into a walking nightmare on the battlefield. Whether you're facing multiple enemies, dueling bosses, or just flexing your dominance in open combat, this setup will give you the edge you need. Click the like and subscribe button as I show you exactly how this build works and how you can utilize it effectively in your own builds. Build overview. Let's start with the foundation. This isn't just another samurai build. It's carefully designed to maximize your damage potential by combining multiple damage elements into each hit. This build combines posture damage, vulnerable damage, affliction damage, and critical damage to deliver massive damage per hit. This build instantly kills smaller enemies and can one-shot bosses with 10 health bars or less. This build is primarily focused on melee weapons, such as the long katana or the naginata, which are the two weapons I used in creating this guide.
Damage optimization. Here's how the build works. By stacking vulnerable damage, critical damage, posture damage, affliction damage, and armor piercing, every strike isn't just a hit. It's a devastating blow that instantly kills enemies or leaves them wide open. To make this build effective, you have to fully level up your katana or melee weapon of choice to get the extra 120% damage bonus. Then, from your skill tree, you need to unlock any skills based on damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, vulnerable damage, armor damage, and armor piercing. Also, you have to unlock most of your knowledge rank up to level 9 at least, and focus on the nodes for the skills mentioned earlier. It's important to understand how damage works in AC Shadows to fully grasp why we focus on using multiple damage types at once to achieve this fearsome build. So, if you need more details on the damage types, check the link in the description for a comprehensive guide from my previous video on the damage types. Engravings and attributes. Next, let's look at some important attributes and engravings you need in your weapon and gear to make this build effective. First, you have to take note of the amount of total damage you currently have, which is right above the horse in your loadout. The higher the damage, the more effective this build becomes for you. By the way, your total damage increases as you unlock more skills from your skill tree and knowledge ranks. For your long katana, you must have the sheathed attacks are postured and make enemies vulnerable engraving, since this build relies mainly on making enemies vulnerable. If you're good at parrying or last-second dodges, which also makes the opponent vulnerable, then you can use any other critical chance engraving instead. Yasuke doesn't have a lot of critical hit chance and only has about 16% critical hit chance by default from your helmet and from the knowledge ranks. To boost this further, we add a 30% critical hit chance when hitting vulnerable enemies engraving to the headgear, which now gives a total of 46% critical hit chance on vulnerable enemies. Also, make sure that your weapon of choice has some affliction on it, and preferably poison affliction, which from observation deals the most damage of all the affliction types. For the armor, you can use the best one you have that is damage focused. And in my own case, the engravings on the armor are focused on armor damage when hitting vulnerable enemies. Combat strategy. So, how do you play this build? The primary step in this build is making the enemies vulnerable. Damage potential is maximized when the opponent is vulnerable and staggered, at which point you unleash a deadly, heavy posture attack. The final damage output could be boosted further if a critical hit triggers at the same time. So first, you use a sheathed posture attack, a parry or last-second dodge to make the enemy vulnerable, then you follow up with a heavy posture attack. And there you have it, the god-tier samurai build in Assassin's Creed Shadows. This setup makes you nearly unstoppable, blending raw power, tactical precision, and unstoppable style. Try this out in your playthrough and let me know in the comments what tweaks you'd make to push it even further. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Assassin's Creed builds and more gaming content. Until next time, bye now.